afternoon. Welcome to a museum of Asian history and to my department, the curiosities of the good old far-off 20th century. The 20th century was often called the era of the book. In those days, there were books about everything from anteaters to zoologs. Books taught people how to and when to and where to and why to. They illustrated, educated, punctuated and even decorated. But the strangest thing a book ever did was to save the earth. You haven't heard of the Martian invasion of 2040? What did it teach children nowadays? Well, you know the invasion never really happened because a single book stopped. What was the book, you ask? A noble encyclopedia? A tome about rockets and missiles? A secret file from outer space? No, it was none of those. It was, but here, let me turn on the history scope and show you what happened many centuries ago in 2040.
O great and mighty think tank, most powerful and intelligent creature of the whole universe, what are your orders?
You left out part of my salutation, Apprentice Noodle. Go over the whole thing again.
It shall be done, sir. O great and mighty think tank, ruler of Mars and her 2 moons, most powerful and intelligent creature of the whole universe, what are your orders?
That's Noodle. I wish to be placed in communication with our manned spacecraft. To that ridiculous little planet we are going to put under our generous rulership. What do they call it again?
Earth, your intelligence.
Earth. Of course. You see how insignificant the place is? But first, something important. My mirror. I wish to consult my mirror.
It shall be done, sir.
Mirror, mirror in my hand. Who is the most fantastical, intellectually gifted being in the land?
You, sir.
Quicker! Answer quicker next time. I hate a slow mirror. Oh, there I am. Are we Martians not a handsome race? Much more attractive than those ugly earthlings with their tiny heads. You keep on exercising your mind, Noodle, and someday you'll have a balloon brain just like mine.
I hope so, mighty think tank. I hope so.
Now, contact this spacecraft. I want to invade that primitive ball of mud before lunch.
It shall be done, sir. I have a close sighting of the space crew, sir. They seem to have entered some sort of earth structure.
Excellent. Make voice contact.
Mars Space Control from the crew of Probe 1. Mars Space Control from the crew of Probe 1. Come in, Captain Omega. Give us your location.
Captain Omega to Space Mars Control, Lieutenant Iota, Sergeant Oak, and I have arrived on Earth without an incident. We have taken shelter in this square room. Any idea where we are, Lieutenant Iota?
I can figure out, Captain. I have been counting 2,000 of them. I think it's a type of storage barn. What do you think, Sergeant Oop?
I haven't a clue. I have went to 7 galaxies, but I didn't see anything like this. It may be their hats. Wow! Maybe their haberdashery.
Rich and mighty think tank will give us the benefit of this thought on the matter.
See, my dear Omega, hold one of the item up so that I may view it closely. Yes, I understand now. Since the earth creatures are always sitting, the place in which you find yourself is undoubtedly a crude refreshment stand.
He says we are in a refreshment stand.
That item in your hand is called a sandwich.
Sandwich?
A sandwich?
Sandwiches are the main staple of earth diet. Look at it closely. There are 2 slices of what is called bread, and between them is some sort of filling.
That is correct, sir.
To confirm my opinion, I order you to eat it.
Eat it?
Do you doubt mighty think tank?
Oh no. No, but poor Lieutenant Iota had not had a breakfast today. Iota, I order you to eat this sandwich.
Eat it. It's a great honor to eat the first person on Mars to eat a sandwich. But how can I eat it when my surgeon is there? I order Mr. Oak to eat it.
Who, Lieutenant? Me, Lieutenant?
For the glory of Mars, I order Oak to eat this.
Yes, of course, immediately.
Well, Oak. Well, Oak.
Was it not delicious, Surgeon Oak?
That was correct, sir. It was not delicious. They dry as Martian dust.
Sir, I beg your pardon, but an insignificant bit of data had floated into my mind about those sandwiches.
It can't be worth much, but go ahead, Noodle. Give us your trifling bit of data.
Well, sir, I have seen survey films of those sandwiches. Earthlings did not eat them. They used them as some sort of communication device.
Natural. That was my second point. These are actually communication sandwiches. Think Tank is never wrong. Who is never wrong?
Great and mighty think tank is never wrong.
Great and mighty think tank is never wrong.
Therefore, I order you to listen to them.
Listen to them.
Listen to them.
Do you have marbles in your ears? I said listen to them.
It shall be done, sir.
Do you hear something?
Nothing. Do you hear anything?
Not a thing.
Well, report to me. What do you hear?
Nothing, sir. Perhaps we are not at the right frequency.
Nothing, sir. Perhaps the Earthlings have sharper ear than we do.
I don't hear anything. Maybe the sandwich do not make sounds.
What? Does someone suggest the mighty think tank has made a mistake?
Oh no, sir. We'll keep listening.
Please excuse me, your brilliance, but a cloudy piece of information is swirling in around my head.
Well, twill it out, Noodle, and I'll clarify that for you.
I seem to recall that the Earthlings did not listen to them. They opened them and watched them.
Yes, that's quite correct. I'll clarify that for you, Captain Omega. These sandwiches are not for ear communication, they're for eye communication. Now, Captain Omega, take that large, colorful sandwich over there. It appears to be important. Tell me what you observe.
It appears to contain pictures of earthlings.
There seems to be some sort of codes.
Code? I told you this was important. Describe the code.
It's little lines and dots, thousands of pictures.
Perhaps the Earthlings are not as primitive as we have thought. We must break the code.
Forgive me your cleverness, but did not the chemical department give our space people vitamins to increase their intelligence?
Stop! A thought of magnificent brilliance has come to me. Space people, our chemical department has given you vitamins to increase your intelligence. Take them immediately and then wash the sandwich. The meaning of the code will slowly unfold before you.
It shall be done, sir. Remove vitamins. Present vitamins. Swallow vitamins.
Excellent! Decipher that code.
It shall be done, sir.
Aha.
What does it say? Tell me this instance. Transcribe Omega.
Yes, sir. Mistress Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow with copper shells and silver bells? And pretty maids all in a row.
Ha 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 ha. Imagine that pretty meats growing in the garden.
Stop! This is not harmful or anything. Don't you realize the seriousness of this discovery? The Earthlings have discovered how to combine agriculture and mining. They can actually grow crops of rare metals such as silver and copper shreds. They can grow high explosives too. Noodle, contact our invasion fleet.
They are ready to go down and take over the earth, sir.
Tell them to hold. Tell them new information has come to us about Earth. Iota, transcribe.
Yes, sir. Hey, diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see the such sport. And the dish ran away with the spoon.
The dish ran away with the spoon.
Ease laughter. This is more and more alarming. The Earthlings have reached a high level of civilization. Didn't you hear? They have taught their domesticated animals musical culture and space techniques. Even their dogs have a sense of humor. Why? At this very moment, they may be launching an interplanetary attack of billions of cows. Notify the invasion fleet. No invasion today. Oop, transcribe the next code.
Yes, sir. Humpty Dumpty sat down a while. Humpty Dumpty have a great fall. All the king's horses and the king's men cannot put Humpty Dumpty together again. Oh, look, sir. Here's a picture of Humpty Dumpty. Why, sir, he looks like.
It's me. It's my great and mighty balloon brain. The Earthlings have seen me and they're after me. Had a great fall? That means they plan to capture Mars Central Control and me. It's an invasion of Mars.
Noodle, prepare a space capsule for me. I must escape without delay. Space people, you must leave Earth at once. But be sure to remove all traces of your visit. The Earthlings must not know that I know.
Where shall we go, sir?
100 million miles away from Mars. Order the invasion fleet to evacuate the entire planet of Mars. We are heading for Alpha Centauri, 100 million miles away. Ha ha ha. And that's how in the Steel Book of Nursery Rhymes saved the world from a Martian invasion. As you all know, in the 25th century, for 100 years after all this happened, we Earthlings have received contact with Mars. We even became very friendly with the Martians. By that time, the great and mighty Tic Tac has been replaced by a very clever Martian, the wise and wonderful Noodle. Oh yes, we taught the Martians the difference between sandwiches and book. We taught them how to read too. And we established a model library in the capital city of Marsopolis. But as you might expect, there is still one book the Martians can never bring themselves to read. You've guessed it, Mother Goose.